Let's investigate it, let's debunk. Let's debunk. Let's debunk. Let's debunk. Who production shining bright? Fake hauntings just want to survive. Let's seek the truth and get it right, and debunk those lies hidden in the night. Let's debunk. Let's debunk. Who Productions, here we go. Bringing you the truth about the paranormal. Not letting the fakers spread lies and junk. Let's investigate it, let's debunk. Let's debunk. Let's debunk. Let's debunk. Who Productions shining bright? Fake hauntings just won't survive. Let's seek the truth and get it right, and debunk those lies hidden in the night. Let's debunk. Let's debunk. Productions, here we go. Bringing you the truth about the paranormal. Not letting the fakers spread lies and junk. Let's investigate it, let's debunk. Let's debunk. Let's debunk. Let's debunk. Who Productions shining bright?
Hey, everybody. How are we all doing tonight? We got scared there for a second. There was like slow people coming in, but that's all good. We are going to bring it back to the paranormal tonight. We're not going to start with this. I got a couple other things I want to talk about first, but we're going to show a case and we're going to show video clips from the interview that we did. And we'll explain more why it's like, okay, why are you showing this? But we did blur the people. And anytime somebody mentioned someone's name, I cut it out. I muted it. I don't have a problem doing that. I think it's important to learn from these cases, but I don't want to give identities away.
I'm getting goosebumps just for us talking.
So this is the first time I watched this interview in a while.
Did I got something between my teeth? Never mind. I think I got it.
I can't see that far.
Right there.
I don't know.
I think it was garlic.
Oh.
Or something.
But when I was watching it too, because of, and we'll explain this, why it's relevant now. I was freaking out a little bit. So let's say hello to Spange, Caroline, Ian. How are you? Candy is in the house. Hello, Candy. Ken, Gerald, how are you? Spange. You guys are all talking amongst yourselves. William Wyland is here. Hello.
And then I think
Caroline Saxby, if I said her, who cares?
Kim and Sheila.
Sheila Day, hello.
Yeah. Or is it Shelly?
Oh.
Shelly.
Where'd it go?
Right there.
Oh, it is Shelly. Yep. Sorry. My bad.
Kat.
Oops. Kat, how are you?
Kristen,
hello.
Wisdom
is in the house. Why don't you just do this? Because you're in a mood tonight.
I know. My makeup's even done.
W. Collier, how are you?
That has not been done in quite some time. Brian Yates.
Hello. Ghost Wiener.
Kel
H, hello. Yeah, we're going to start the show with something Kel sent me today. Kel, if you don't want me to show those pictures,
tell us now.
Please tell me now. I didn't think it would.
Is that Jerry is
what
in
the
house?
Jerry is in here.
Oh, he's not going to be here long. Well, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Jerry.
We need to have Jerry on again.
He was on a live one recently.
One of ours?
Yeah, that you weren't on.
Oh.
You didn't want to do it.
Wait, why didn't I want to do it?
I don't remember. You know what? You might have been out of town.
I was like, was I out of town or not here?
I think you were gone.
Maybe I was in Cleveland.
That very well could have been.
I think I was in Cleveland.
Yep. I think that's it. Okay, so Kel says to show them. We know that means I got to share the screen. Let's go here. Share screen. Entire screen. This one. There's no audio on this, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's see here. Oh shit.
Pull them over to there.
Excuse me if I burp. We just got done eating like minutes ago. All right, we'll start with the cute one first. Oh, let's get the stream back up.
Yeah, what we had for dinner was the garlic bread was super garlicky.
Wait a minute, what am I doing here? What's good?
Because it's
okay. Jesus. Jesucristo. Yes, Beardo, there really is never seen before footage, and it is not me in the shower because no one wants to see that.
Look at that awesome boo.
So we got the boobies merch out.
Don't you need? You have to have it. That's the screen you're sharing.
I don't fucking know what I'm doing.
There you go.
There we go. Now y'all can see it.
There you go. Look at that awesome booby shirt or hat.
So this is from Kel H. She got one of the hats and took some pictures and sent them to us. So we may show a couple more later on. Again, welcome Beardo. Hello, Chris. Who else is joining? So
I think that is it.
Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing this.
So that design's off, not up right now because I only had it for a limited time, but it will go back up in a few weeks again.
Ooh,
yeah, just that one. That's not up, but I will put it back
Kathy,
up in a few weeks.
Oh, let's see. So a couple, like I said, a couple things I wanted to talk about today, and I know Beardo did a video on this. I haven't watched it yet.
Was it the 8? If it's the 8-minute one, I watched it.
Yeah, it's the A1 Solutions. I mean, how stupid can this guy be? Although I don't know, because I did watch a video that Jordan put out this morning, Jay Carts, about it. I don't know that A1 Solutions is the one that made the death threat.
No, but it might be somebody that is associated with them or acting.
Guaranteed
like
that they're. Yeah. I mean, Andrew Stone Rock and Jay Carts, they know what's going on. Hey, Florio, how are you? They know what's up. Apparently, they have the proof now. It's just a matter of time. That dude should go outside for a little bit before he gets locked up. And everything that he said publicly, it's much worse in private because I've seen a lot of those private chats.
Yes.
Let's see.
He saw. Oh, look at Beardo's.
Yeah,
that is ridiculous.
Yeah. I have to take it down or he will. Oh, shit.
See, now, at this point, you would think that authorities would be.
How can this jackass still be on YouTube?
Yeah.
Like,
but you would think at this point the authorities would be like, hey, you just twice now.
There is an investigation. I don't know why he hasn't already violated something to get him.
But I mean, at this point, he is actually.
That's 2 then in 2 days.
It's like, come on. That's ridiculous.
And actually, there was other more subtle threats before that.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Hey, Glitter Flame, how are you? Because he was talking about the weather on one of his gaming streams in Oregon with this person that he's going to unalive lives, which is, the dude's dumb. And he thinks that Jay Carts and Andrew are bluffing. That's Beardo, like Florio said, send that to Stone Rock if you would.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just more to add to the investigation. So that's all we want to talk about that.
Yep.
Dope. So another thing, and I'm not done watching it yet, so I haven't made a full opinion on it, but Debunked Paranormal did a video where he was going over the Ouija Brothers I Love You video. Okay, he sent it to Stone Rock. Good. And I don't know how I feel about it yet. Like, I'm not mad. Like, dude was giving his opinion on something. From what I've seen so far, he really hasn't proved anything. But I don't think he knows the Ouija Brothers well enough to know that they're saying that they're not saying it's paranormal. They're like, what the hell is it? So he's definitely not proved that they faked anything because I don't think they do. But the chat was a little chippy. It was a little. What are they doing? Why are the dogs fighting?
They're not. She just wants Bubba to lick her.
Yeah, the chat was a little chippy in that live. Like I said, I'm not done watching it, but I just thought, and I mean, for the most part, people were respectful. Just trying to find answers to some. Yes, exactly.
That is not a cow. That is Miss Boo.
Yeah.
Sounds like a cow. She's like, "Rawr," and because she wants her brother to do her daily facial cleansing of licking her face.
Highlight Chris's real quick. Yeah, Chris, I agree. I saw a lot of the people in the chat, but when you're doing these live shows, you don't always see them all. And I know there was, because I think I saw it happening live. I just couldn't watch. But there was Jesus Christ, you guys are ruining things. But he had over 100 people in there, so I mean, it's you're not.
Is your foot stuck in his couch? No.
I think if he were to look more into it, he's going to realize that like they're a legit channel. So.
I thought her foot was stuck in his collar, but it's not.
But then there's a lot of people, honestly, that don't think that they're a legit channel. Hey, Goth Gal, how are you?
Oh.
So, yep. So I don't know. That was worth a watch so far. Another thing I want to know too, if ads pop up in people watching this, let me know, because I've been hearing a lot about people complaining about ads showing up. And
oh, really?
Yeah, they're starting to put them on lives now, which
so in the middle of your live, it just puts an ad. Oh, yep. That's stupid.
So let me know if any ads pop up, if there's a setting that I can do to turn that off, because I don't want.
We've gotten last week, we've gotten several emails from YouTube, so maybe you need to go back and look in the emails.
I probably do. I'm bad at checking.
I need to start looking at them since I'm going to be going live now, so maybe I should start looking at them too.
Yeah, we got to link your channel to this streamer. Like ads and replays. Yeah, I've seen ads and replays, but it shouldn't, in my opinion, it shouldn't be going on during lives. But I mean, but if that's what YouTube does, that's what they do. If there's no way to stop it, like, let me just say this: I have not put any setting on to run ads during our live stream. So. Oh wait, Flurio's got intel on it. So we can choose to put them on live or not. There are options where we can control when ads run if we want to have an ad break. Now, see, yeah, if you can
do an ad break and then you can control that. That's fine.
Because I'd be pissed if, like, when I'm going to show you guys tonight, all of a sudden it jumps to ads for a bunch of people like right at the crucial moment, and I don't even know about it. Like, it's, hey, Pomp, how are you? I think adding channel is pretty. Oh, Wisdom. Yeah, it is pretty easy, Wisdom. As long as Dana has her login info, it will be a 5-second ordeal. But I probably have to get rid of a couple of the channels that I haven't linked to, because I still haven't linked to the Warren page. We could go live on the Warren Legacy Foundation. What the fuck? Again, we should do that.
Again, there's a lot of stuff that the Warrens just don't. They didn't
kick me out of anything.
No, it was like, I mean, you were taken out after months, almost after a year.
It was well over a year before Stephanie kicked us all out.
Ad breaks are fine if you need toilet. Yes. Jeff needs ad breaks for sure.
Yeah. Well, no, but I got a co-host, so you can just talk when.
Yeah, but I don't always have to talk.
Again, like, I'm gonna
be doing my own show, so I don't always have to talk through ours.
I'm not gonna give an opinion on, like, if people run ads during their lives. I don't care if people do or not. Like, not to be hoity-toity, but we do have YouTube Premium, so it doesn't really affect me. I won't get the ads, but I personally don't want to run them for myself. But if other people choose to, I don't know that it's that big of a deal.
Jerry, you'll laugh at this for the messenger group. Jeff had to literally put Chris as a mod and take himself. We took ourselves off because they had not done anything. Yep. So we ended up having to do it ourselves. It was quite comical.
I'm still, if I were to count, I'm probably still in 30 or 40 groups that, the Warren's group.
I'm not.
I'm in a lot of them still.
They're not active. We've been blocked by a lot of things now.
Hey, I mean, if Dana wants to get bigger, that's fine. Like,
my
care.
My shit might be funnier.
My ego ain't that big.
Oh, if you haven't known, make sure you go and subscribe. Because I am doing my first live by myself on Thursday at 7 o'clock.
I'm just going to say this. If I was a girl and had boobs, I would totally be, all you have to do on YouTube shorts, no, you don't even have to do that. You just got to go like.
Push the boobs out.
Just move around a little bit.
But I'm not going to do that.
I mean, call me sleazy, but I would if I was a girl and had boobs.
But I'm not like that.
Maybe I wouldn't if I was a woman. I probably
I'm not like that. But yep. So
I know, Jerry. I gotta be careful. It's 2025.
So but I will be live Thursday, 7 p.m.
Yeah, this was funny too. So Beardo did another video. Sorry if I interrupted your commercial break. But he did it. I guess people are giving him shit because he wears tank tops, and they don't like seeing a little bit of his
Oh, his man boob, side boobs.
Just a little bit, yeah. I mean, he's
If it was a girl, they'd be like, ah.
they would.
It's
It'd be everybody would be like, "Can you take it off a little more?"
Oh, wait. Where was this one? Where was it?
What, the smoker?
Yeah.
Down right there.
There you go.
That's right. Standing by the smoker.
Anyhow, so this Thursday at 7 p.m.
Kristen, fuck you. But you're right.
I will be live and I will have Bill from Carburetors and Coffee on. This is something in the making I've wanted to do this for a long time. I don't know if Laura remembers what I was going to do. Jeff knows what I'm doing, and it's going to be a great conversation. I have questions about cars.
Yeah, Kelly, I would be sleazy, or Caroline, I would be sleazy,
but
for sure.
It's going to be entertaining, and if Bill's in here, it's going to be entertaining.
Wait a minute. Whoa, put Jerry's up.
I don't say my phone.
Get incorrectly posted on someone. yes. Oh my God, you probably got schlong pics until.
Oh my God.
Luckily, you didn't have to change your phone number.
That's
Jesus.
Funny.
So we got 55 people in here now. I say we go ahead and get to it because I don't want people to be like, you know, they're clickbaiting us. But we actually did prepare for this tonight.
We did. We've been talking about this for about over a week.
Well, we talked about it on a members only.
Yeah,
stream.
but we've been talking about this for about a week now. Yeah. So.
But I actually, like I said, I made some video of it. Mm-hmm. I blurred the people because keeping people's identity is something I still want to do. Hello, Pinky. I don't want, and same with the other investigator. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I cut a lot out because. Actually, I cut a lot out of the whole thing just because it was an hour and 45-minute interview. But some of the stuff that she said, I just don't want her to look bad.
Oh, wait. Put your arm up. They got to see her. Come on, get up here, Boo.
No, they don't mean to
They got to see.
Eyebrows.
Boo's got eyebrows right now. Come on. Up. Come on. Get your fat ass up here.
Hello, Sage Rat. Jesus.
Come on.
That's not very.
Get up here.
That's not good motivation. She's like, no, he's in my seat. Kick him out, then I'll get up.
There we go. Look at her cute little eyebrows. Look at those eyebrows.
Yeah, they look ridiculous. She looks like Groucho Marx.
Her sister came in town, so she got eyebrows.
Yeah, she looks like Groucho Marx, I think.
She looks so cute when she gets her little eyebrows.
So, okay, so let's set this up. And then there's a lot of breakpoints in this video.
Okay, now you can get down, Boo.
Yep, stay down. There's a lot of breakpoints in this video.
Hi, Bubba.
I had gotten a call from somebody that I knew, paranormal investigator, super nice person. So I like, if I say anything,
stop it.
Because I've got some opinions on some stuff later on that I'll share, but she is a super nice person, absolutely in the right place, this, that, and the other thing. But at the time of this investigation, and I think she would admit this too, she shouldn't have been doing residential cases because it wasn't too long after her mom passed away. And you really, I don't know, when you're not in a good headspace, you shouldn't be doing residential stuff. I agree, Pomp. I don't get the eyebrows thing. And like I said, she looks like Groucho Marx.
It's just funny. It's cute.
So that's kind of the setup. She asked me if I would get involved and take a look.
Stop.
And I'm like, well, I want to interview her because I do things different than quite a few people. And, you know, I just like to do my own interviews. I don't want to watch an interview and give my opinion. So this case came to her from Bishop James Long. As most of you guys know, I'm not a big fan of the self-appointed exorcists. And, you know, I don't have a problem with the Catholic Church exorcist, but all these other guys that run around doing it, especially ones that have been on that show, what was that show called that was on Discovery? It was The League of Exorcists. James Long was on it. It was actually a horrible show. I forget the producer's name, but he put it was bad. Yeah, Beardo made James Long actually make one of his classes free. I forget which one it was, but Beardo called him out for it. We called him out for that too, actually. Mm-hmm. I think we were first, but you didn't know us then. But yeah, he he got pissed off and made the course free. Oh, it's the demonology course. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Because I didn't take his. I took a different one. I think a couple weeks before you did. But like I said, you didn't know me then. But yeah, the episodes are still on Discovery. But I think that's what it was called, was the League of Exorcists. So the person that we knew got this case. She is a paranormal investigator that goes out because somebody calls Bishop Long for help. And before he gets his people involved, he has investigation teams go out. That here again, I don't want to get in trouble. Like, I don't want to be mean, but like, I don't know that Bishop Long vets these teams very well. Because, and I'm not necessarily saying that about the person that we know,
Right.
but I saw a couple. Okay, I've said enough. I think you guys get my point. Yeah, Friday House. I have a certificate, and it's just for show. So let's go ahead. I'm going to play the video, and like I said, there's stop points during this for discussion. So let me go ahead and cue this up. I need to get better at queuing it up while I'm talking, instead of saying, let's do this. Let's go here.
You should almost have that like off to the side.
Well, this part I can't, but I should have had that other part. You're right. You're absolutely correct. See, it is off to the side.
Because we put it there earlier.
Excuse me.
You can't move this part though?
Well, once I hit share. There. See? There we go. I don't know that I want people seeing my files. Paranormal, chasing paranormal nightmare.
That's when you make your own file and then you just have that file up.
What did I call that? This one. Okay. Guys, let me know if you can't see this.
Answer any more of your questions because this is here. And
okay, I'm just gonna.
Fix this up. This
What?
will drive me nuts.
Okay.
Wait, I can't.
That's because it's there. We go.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just gonna set it up again real quick. So, I just wanted to play a little bit. She was absolutely normal for an hour and 15 minutes. And I was starting to try and wrap up the conversation because I'm like, there's really like,
yeah, I mean, we
not
both were
anything
like,
here,
there's
certainly
nothing
not
here. No.
demonic, all that stuff and whatever. So, but this is where the problem started for her, in my opinion.
and it was, I could visualize this dark, smaller creature like standing next to him, and I get words. And when we helped that girl cross, all I saw was thank you, and emotional crying. But when we went outside of the house on the front, near the front garage door, I immediately, and we got some activity on the Becky knows the devices.
Yeah, I wanted to pause it there for a minute. So, lesson number 1, and I only put in my opinion because I'm trying to not get in trouble. But this, I don't use devices when you're in people's houses, especially when they are there right in front of you. They don't know that shit lights up because their cell phone went off. You know what I mean? They don't know this stuff. And so, and I've seen this team trying to communicate with a demon before on another long case, where the K2 meter was their communication with a demon. That's already in another video of ours, but they went into this lady's house. She's there with them. They don't look for anything. They start immediately communicating with a demon and asking provocative questions. It was all religion questions. It was all, and so yeah. Let's
and
not
just
use,
so you know, whenever we would do residential interviews, we always put a green screen behind us. We don't ever have any of our our nun pictures and all that stuff up.
right. That's why the background.
That's why the background's like that.
Yeah, that was one of the greatest freaking things I've ever seen. Come on, give Mama some sugar. That shit was so funny. I don't know how he found that, but that was one of the. It was a video that Josh put out
Oh, okay.
where the whitest white guy on the planet is
Oh, that one. Oh my gosh, yes. That is
That was so
hysterically.
bad.
It's bad.
All right, let's go back to it.
I think I spit out my water when I was
Yeah,
on
that
one of
was hilarious.
I immediately felt this, whatever this is playing chess, not checkers.
Mhm.
And after saying prayer, she asked me to back away. I backed away. And in my mind, it was, I'm leaving for now. Okay.
Okay.
So, they leave and it was not bad. What I felt afterwards.
Okay, pause. Notice she said after they left, it wasn't bad. But then they do an interview and she briefly describes some stuff.
Hang on one second. So when you say they, you're talking.
Yes.
There was
Yeah.
Father Tom there too.
The first time it was just.
Hang on, stop. Oh.
I paused it.
Oh, okay, you got it. Okay.
He doesn't think I
no,
can
I'm
do
trying.
it.
I'm confused. The two screens are fucking me up.
I know. That's why I went back over there because I knew you'd get messed up.
Yeah, I muted the names of the people involved, but not the priest because I don't give two shits if they look bad. Yeah, Beardo, that was back when I was smoking on interviews and live streams and stuff. I was sitting in that beautiful home. It was like an Airbnb looking place. But yeah, they're part of his gang of exorcists. And when I say that, he's got a group of exorcists that he sends out when he gets calls from people. I believe his order is first they send out a paranormal investigation team. I don't know, and I could be wrong on this, but as far as I know, there's no psychological evaluations done. There's no medical, nothing. It's all based on what the paranormal team comes back to him with. If they recommend that he gets involved or one of his gangs of exorcists. And one of them is Rich Valdez. I talked to that guy. I don't, a lot of these guys too, I really think that they think they're helping people and they know what they're doing. I really do.
Right.
But a lot of them don't. I'll leave it at that. Why do I feel like I have to censor myself all the time? Beardo just doesn't give a fuck. He just says it.
Okay.
And then through the results or the testimony from Father Tommy said, yes, I feel I need to intervene. He connected with me via this kind of a video chat, and he told me when he listened to the audio recording, which we heard the playback, it wasn't the real
absolutely.
time. It was a growl. And I remember when he played it back and I heard this growl. I can't remember what question I asked. It was like, who are you or why are you here? And we heard this growl. And I remember looking.
Okay. We have to touch on that. So in a Zoom setting with a typical webcam on, say, a laptop or even this webcam, that picks up so much. I would never claim that I'm hearing a growl in an interview when shitty webcams and internet connections are involved. So for them to tell her, even if I heard something, I'm thinking, shit, man, maybe that was a growl or something. I'm not going to tell the client that. Like, there's no way that I can confidently tell them that, like, okay, I really think there's something here because so many noises sound like a growl. You can rustle this paper, that's in front of me on accident, not even know that you're doing it.
There could be a dog. Yeah. I mean, it's so.
There are so many things that come across as a growl on Zoom meetings and things like that. Even recorders too. What if you rubbed the mic on accident? You bumped it. It's just crazy.
I don't know if because I can't hear that, so I don't know if they can hear that.
But these are good.
Yeah.
You might be able to hear that, but these are good quality mics. I mean, they're made to not pick that noise up. But like that webcam mic,
it picks up everything.
These recorders, you rub your hand across that recorder, it sounds like a demon every day of the week.
Yep, I usually put them in my pocket and forget they're there, and so that's why
that's all I hear is.
Yep, so that is one reason I don't like using a recorder.
I wish she would though, because then she brings me these notes that are like, okay, I don't know what this means.
That's because I need a cameraman with me all the time.
I've tried that too, and you won't let me.
Yeah, I have.
No, because you don't want to talk. You want to write.
Yeah, but at least you have timestamps when I tell you to stamp something.
But you never do that. I follow you around while you're writing. It's the most
I usually will tell you to
epic, exciting video ever.
Mark. I will say Mark sometimes.
Yes, there's a demonic pentatonic scale. Mike, you are right. That could be it too, Beardo. I mean, they could have farted and said, "Oh, that was a growl," just to cover
Or
up their
yeah, or
bullshit.
when I'm writing next to the recorder. Yes, that does pick up on the recorder.
Yep. So, all right, let's get back to it. If you guys get tired of me stopping, but there are stop points. Like I said, I intentionally put them in.
It's like, and so Father Tommy heard it, and he said to me on this type of one-on-one video, he goes, "It sounded demonic to me." And then when I had the video recorded,
Of course it did. Like, goddamn. I need to do a video on this whole thing. Let me know what you guys think. Is it? Yeah, I have to pause it to copyright. Let me know what you guys think. Is it tacky to post a video like this on our channel? Because I don't, as much as I go after Paranormal Nightmare for, exploiting these clients and this and that and the other thing. Like, yes, if these two people that are involved in this interview see it, they're absolutely going to know it's them. But no one else on the planet will. So I don't know.
But it also,
this serves a purpose.
but it does, because then this is leading up to something that had happened after the fact that we will get
Right.
into.
Yep.
So it's kind of like,
Pop makes a good point. It could be a growl, but like, I don't know that I would ever go to anybody in this context with shitty, sensitive microphones.
Yeah, but this, I mean, like I said, this is like a learning and take it as you want to take it kind of scenario. But this kind of gives you an idea of what,
because it
you have to deal with.
It flirts with. I just don't ever want to be accused of exploiting people,
right?
Because I think a lot of the paranormal investigation channels, real and fake, don't know anything about this residential world and what people deal with. And this is and just wait, it gets a little spicy. Yeah, Ghost Meter, I don't smoke anymore inside, so
it is transparency though too.
Yeah, I agree. So
because we need, once we get to, you'll understand why we're kind of putting this stuff into play a little bit.
Yeah, I'm liking so as long as the parties are fine. See, and that's the thing. I did not get permission. I did not.
But we also have their identities covered.
Exactly.
So, and we're not saying where they're at.
Right. And I bleeped. I bleeped the names when they were mentioned. Yeah. Not Father Tommy and not Rich Valdez, but okay, good. I like the feedback I'm getting. So I don't know. Maybe you guys will see this full interview, not the full thing, because an hour and 15 minutes of it is like, "Hey, how are you? It's nice to meet you," and just very, very pleasant. But then it switches, and that's coming up.
With in Rich, they said my eyes turned black.
Okay.
And during that call with Rich, there was a moment where
remember not being
all
in here.
I can explain it is, have you ever worn a pair of 3D glasses we used to wear as kids going to see a 3D movie? It's that red and blue.
Yeah, but one quick question before that. Who is Rich?
Oh, Rich Valdez. He's in charge of the paranormal clergy.
Okay.
And that's who the email went to.
So that's important to point out. When they say the paranormal clergy, they are not affiliated with the Roman Catholic Church at all. They have zero affiliate. The Roman Catholic Church, I forget what the phrasing they use, but basically they have fallen out of their grace. Like they want nothing to do with them. Yeah, I actually did that once, Beardo, on a Paranormal Nightmare video. I changed the pitch of the voice.
And they thought it was a totally different case than what it actually was.
I actually feel bad because all of their fans thought they knew who it was.
And they
probably
were
giving him shit.
Yeah. And it wasn't him. It was a totally different case. And they still haven't figured out what case we were talking about. So.
Yep. And there's another thing, Ken. So let's say I'm doing this interview and I legit see somebody's eyes turn black. I'm not going to tell them that.
Nope.
I mean, like, you have to be honest with the clients, but if it's somebody that's scared, you can't add to that fear and say, "Oh yeah, I think you're possessed. I saw your eyes go black, and I heard a growl." Peace. It's just, it's crazy. Ohio is a one-party state on recording. This includes digital recordings as long as you agree to the recordings. Yeah, I agreed. So, oh, they did agree to be recorded.
Yeah.
But all right, let's get back to it. Back to our story. My email address.
That would be great.
Okay, because I just want to keep in the loop. Now I feel vested.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I do too. And it feels like we've known each other forever and ever.
The last time she was here, when I gave her a hug goodbye, I said, "My sister from another mister."
Yep.
I feel like I've known for centuries, and I feel so grateful and connected and blessed. I'm blessed to have you in my life.
Anytime.
Ugh.
Doesn't matter.
It's good. Mm. Um. mm, Um.
Okay, sorry, I was muted. That's how quick it went from normal to okay, what is going on here? Because she was starting to get like goofy looking. She was starting to cough. But your eyes turn black and smoke. Yeah.
Just wait. Just wait.
Beardo, it's more likely rum and coke that causes that. But that's the thing, Goth Gal. It could have been a lot of things. So to tell them first they heard a growl, and then it was demonic, and then yeah, you can't do that to people. Dana looks like she is trying to. Oh yeah, she was reading her. Yep. Just wait. Dana gets gone after. Let's remove that and play more.
I'm sorry, I don't remember
All
what
right.
I'm saying, but sorry, I just lost a train of thought. But
That happens. Did they? You all right?
um,
I want to talk.
Dana.
Yeah.
You hurt your mom.
No, she didn't.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Nope, you're getting bad information right now.
Yep.
Shut it out.
Yep. Why don't you say a prayer real quick?
Let's say the Hail Mary.
Like I said, I don't know it, or I'd say it with you.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
No.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, and deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
Can you go outside for a minute? Walk barefoot in the grass? All right. Wisdom, I don't think you are hearing a second voice. This is the problem with these types of interviews.
Because there's one is the person, but the second one is the investigator.
Yep. Who was saying no? Was it the client or the investigator?
I can't remember.
Maybe we got to rewind that. Let's take it back a bit. That might have been me saying no.
Or me.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be
Oh,
done.
that's
on
the
earth
client
as it is
saying
in
no.
heaven.
No, no.
Give us this day our
Yeah.
daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, and deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
Can you go outside for a minute? Walk barefoot in the grass?
Julie, yes. Me, Dana, and then the client and the other investigator.
Just talking about how much each other. So
Right.
yeah, go barefoot in the grass.
Okay, Call Life, we're watching very, very, very small portion of a client interview that we did that came to relevance recently, and we'll explain that. Beardo, Dana's not pissed. She is freaked out, and I'm like, don't take my man card away. But at this point, when she said Dana, and if it doesn't do it justice that you guys can't see it,
If you can't see the
scared
see the person.
the fuck out of me. And the how the house felt during it, like, I mean,
I'm like, I got goosebumps just sitting here, and it's making me very emotional because I do we actually use this in class, and I can't even be there.
and in
when
class
we do it
we
in
show
class.
her face
Yeah.
because no one's screen recording it,
And
none of that. Because,
I can't watch it, and I can't hear it because it just.
and we'll explain more why it'll make sense here.
This is my first time truly watching and hearing it since this happened.
And again, it's okay. This is why I titled the live the way I titled it. I'm really curious as to what is going on here. Is this legit something to it, or is this like, because I don't get scared easy. I was fucking scared to death, and it's coming up when Dana bails. So let's go ahead and get to that part. And this is again a very, very small portion of this interview. It's an hour and 45 minutes long.
Dana's going to step away for a minute.
So yeah, she ran out in the front yard.
Feeling better or not?
Where did Dana go?
She had to step outside for a second.
Why?
She wanted to go step in the grass.
For the tattoo I showed you for my mom.
No.
Tomorrow is the anniversary of when they told us she was going to make it. And she didn't. So I had this on.
And again, this is something
So off
that
the
should
wall.
never take place in a paranormal investigation interview.
So
Like
Pomp
this.
scared to death of what?
Pomp, like I said, if you'd see her face and just the way it felt in here, and the way she looked dead at the camera, like staring into our eyes, and she goes, Dana. She started out with that stuff, and she starts to say some more shit that scares me. Like it really scared me. And like I said, she just like a switch. I thought we were done. I thought this was a lovely conversation, and let's all have a nice night. But okay, let's play more. It's only we got 4 minutes left to play.
My arm. When the broken fall alive, let the light take me to. When the waters turn to fire, heaven, please
Yes,
let
Julie,
me through.
it is.
Far
Well,
away,
sorry.
sorrow has.
Not necessarily the interview. She was the original investigator on this case.
The one that's talking right now.
Yep, and asked for my opinion too. And so I was actually doing the interview, but I guess we kind of both were.
Yeah.
Left me here God help me, I've come undone out of the light of the sun.
Been over there.
Do you remember me telling you those?
No.
Hang on I'll be right back. One second. I gotta find something real quick.
You saw them?
We've already broken down a lot of it. It's in my backpack.
And I knew
At this
Where's
point,
Dana?
I'm asking for the holy water.
Yeah.
he went out to step in the grass. Oh, God help me, I have come undone out of the light of the sun.
Dana. Where's
Out
Dana?
of the light of the
She's
sun, I
outside
came
right now.
undone.
Dana knows. Dana knows.
She's done with the call.
Dana knows.
Can we or not? This is a Zoom meeting.
Dana knows.
And
Mm-hmm.
No, we're talking about Dana's mother.
no,
There's nothing wrong with Dana's mom. We're not going to talk about Dana's mom. It has nothing to do with anything we've talked about all night. It's been a very good conversation up until now. Why? You good?
Dana.
stop.
Dana. Dana's mom.
No, it was my mom.
Dana's mom is sick.
No, my mother was sick.
Dana's mom is sick.
My mother was sick.
Dana's mom is sick. Dana's mom is sick.
All right. We need to not. This conversation was great until 5 minutes ago. What happened?
Dana's mom is sick.
No, she's not.
This is the first time I'm hearing this.
Nope, you're wrong. I
She
probably
will
should
be.
have told you to not watch You're this.
Mm.
Let's pause a second. So, everybody that's been watching us the last 3 weeks knows that Dana's mom actually is sick, and she would have been at the time that this interview happened. That's why we're kind of like, what the fuck is going? Like, this just hit me the other day. It's like, is there something to this? And she knew something. I mean, it could be a lucky guess. It could. I don't know. That's why we're asking. Do you want to watch the rest of this or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that was the worst part. There might be a little bit more of that, but yeah, that scared the fuck out of me right there. Like when I originally, and she was out laying in the front yard freaking out, and I was like, and like I said, you guys got to understand, all you're getting is audio. You're not seeing the video. You're not getting the feeling in here. Was it paranormal feelings, or was it like I'm freaked out and I'm putting that feeling? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying this is paranormal, because there is definitely a chance that we were duped in this case. I'm going to be 100% honest about that right up front. I definitely thought after a bit, like, you know what? She faked this whole fucking thing, and I was pissed. So, but then this came up. It's like, why is she saying Dana's mom is sick? Because like I said, she would have been sick at that point. No one knew it. She had no symptoms. We never talked about your mom on the internet before. Like, I mean,
Nope.
It's when she said that, I was never so happy to talk to. Well, you'll understand why in a second, because there's another one line here that really scared the shit out of me too. It's coming
You
up.
don't know.
Yeah, here it is.
My mom was sick.
See, I think let's pause it for a minute. That line right there is you don't know. I think that's what gets me now.
Yeah. But then listen to what she says here in a second. It was weird, almost forceful, the way she said sick. Yeah, it was, Beardo. That's what I'm saying, man. Like I said, maybe she's just some sick, twisted lady, and we fell for it, hook, line, and sinker, or I don't know. I'm looking for answers on this one.
Dana's mom.
No.
No.
God's going to smack down the doctor that killed me.
Yeah, I don't know why she said that. That was so dumb. Like,
You're going to have something tonight.
yeah, that's what she said to me. Who is?
You.
Oh, I am.
You know I have Jesus Christ on my side, right?
Greater is he who lives in me than he who lives in the world.
You know I'm a child of God. I can't.
Now, Florio, you definitely have to
Christ
go back
is
and
my
watch the rest.
protector.
You have something in your house tonight.
No. We're locking down the house right now.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done
Oh,
on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day
no.
our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever.
Dark. There's no sun.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth
Stop it.
as it is in heaven.
Okay, I think we're almost to the end.
Okay.
My hands.
I want you to wiggle your fingers for
My
me.
hands are.
Yeah.
I'm sweating.
Yep.
My hand is full of. My left hand is
Can you
full
can
of
you go
sweat.
get
My right hand is red.
a drink of water?
My right hand. It's like my knuckles.
Does it feel swollen or anything? Or
No, it's my.
okay.
My left hand is full of sweat.
Yep. Just work it a little bit.
Yep, wiggle your fingers. Get the
My
blood.
right hand is feel.
Okay, looking at this, like there is so much context. There's so much more that should be shown, like to really get the full story. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Florida, you're going to have to go back and watch because this is someone that we didn't know if something took them over or if they were faking it. But then, based
Stop
on
it.
recent events with Dana's mom, I was like, God damn, it just hit me the other day. I'm like, we
Stop
should
it.
talk about this. So yeah, that's the short. That's 10 minutes of an hour and 45 minutes. That
See,
and
Bill
he
has
can't
seen
see
it.
her.
Yeah.
Yes, and I did send the raw one.
Some people have seen it.
Some people have seen it, and I got mixed feedback on it. And we couldn't finish this case because we basically got told to piss off because she didn't like what I told her she had to do. I basically said you got to get the church involved because I know they do the psych evaluations, and she was far away from us. And she was lying to me saying that they won't return my phone calls, but yet when I called there, I talked to them immediately and said, yeah, like if I lived in your town and wanted to get a blessing, what do I have to do? And they're like, oh yeah, just schedule it. Yeah, see, and that's the trick, Beardo, right there.
Right there. But so are we going into what has recently happened?
Like
with me?
Okay, yeah, if you want to tell that story, go ahead.
So after this happened, I had never, like, it shook me for a good few weeks.
Yeah,
I was shook for
like
a few
I
weeks.
said, you can't get the nuance of everything.
No, I was to the point where I literally, during, like, when I left, I literally went to, I could not get myself enough of my body on the ground to ground myself. And then when I came in, I was digging for my rosary and holy water. And I have never done this. And I just needed to get something, get it. I just had to have it.
Hang on 1 second. Florio and Beardo are both making good points. It's like, but the thing is, if you would have, her mom wasn't, she was sick at the point, but nobody knew it.
Nobody knew it.
Like, she absolutely would have been sick then, but nobody knew it until Memorial Day weekend this year. So this was what, 6 months beforehand?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So yeah, I've never been to that point where that's how I was. So from this point on, I've kind of felt like numb, and I've kind of felt like I kind of was in a depression, which was not normal for me. And it was strange. And no, so it's one after day in the moment. I was on the camera a lot longer than what you're seeing. I was like, for half the interview, I was on the camera. So it's just that I wasn't there for like the first little bit because I was at work. So I came in after I got home from work. So I wasn't there for a little bit of the beginning of it, but I was there for the whole interview until I left. So I actually I've been like, where I closed myself off. I just was not, I didn't want to do much. I'm like getting motivated to do anything. I could not do anything. And this has been going on ever like since this video. I just couldn't get, I was just in a dark place. And people are like, well, you would have never known. I'm like, yeah, I covered it pretty well, but I was just internally in a very dark place. So last week, I want to say it was Wednesday or Thursday, I woke up coughing like I was being strangled, gagging, coughing out of a dead sleep at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I had never felt that way before. And it took me, I was coughing for like 15, 20 minutes. And finally, as I'm coughing, it felt like there was like this heaviness in my chest that I just could not get off. Like I just could not get it off my chest. And the more I coughed, finally it started like it was stuck like right here, and I just couldn't get it out of my out of me. And then finally I had the strangest, horrible, like super long cough. And when I did it, it's almost like I was kind of drooling and everything, but finally it was like 3 really strong coughs. Once I did those 3 coughs, it's like the heaviness in my chest was gone. And everything just seemed like I felt better. Like that darkness was gone and that heaviness was gone. And then when I went outside, like, because to me, everything was just kind of dull looking. And it seems like all the colors came back, where everything was real vibrant again to me. And I was seeing everything really vibrant, which kind of was odd. And it was like, okay. So then I started thinking, and I was like, well, that's kind of strange that this is happening, because the day before is when I finally accepted that my mom is dying. And I'm like, I'm losing my mom. So it was just kind of like weird of the timing. And then I told Jeff, and he was like, you know what? I mean, how
it hit me.
That what was happening before the cough, I was sleeping. I was in a sound sleep. And I woke up it felt like something, I was like gagging and choking. And I've never had that happen to me before.
And that's the thing too. I know a lot of people like in here, like I get it. I respect everyone's opinions. I really do. But I do have certain things that I believe, especially in spiritual nature. So like when I talk demons, I'm talking about what the Bible says. And I know I'm not getting into a religious argument, because I don't push my shit on people, but I do have my beliefs, and I really don't back down from them when I'm asked about them. But I don't push them on people, and I'm open to listening to anybody else's beliefs too. I'm not one of those guys that's like, nope, this is what I believe and everybody else has to. I'm not that way. So
yeah, and everybody can take it the way that, but I mean, It's just, it was a very odd thing. And in the video, like I said, you see me kind of like like my face is kind of different, but it's not because she's talking about my mom. It's trying to figure out what's going on with her.
Yeah, there's a lot of reading going on there.
Yeah, I am trying to read her.
We're watching two people.
Yeah, and I'm trying, and it weirdly enough, I'm trying to read both of them, because the one is acting weird on top of the other one. So so it's not so much that I'm focused on what she's saying about me, but at one point, because we've had numerous things happen to us that people have said stuff about our parents, and I've never had a reaction like I've had like this one.
Man,
this one, I don't know what it was, but like I literally had to be outside, ground myself, get the holy water out of me, get my rosary, and like I was shook and it was not like.
And that's the thing, Florio, is I to this day so that night I was convinced she was possessed. That's but then a few days later I'm putting things together. I think we had talked again,
and we
and
talked
I'm like,
to several
God damn it,
people.
we're getting played. You know what I mean? And I do like a lot of this stuff. Like if I do an interview like that, I will send it to people that I absolutely 1000% believe or know are not going to share it. I sent it to a few people, and a few people were of the same opinion that we were, that like there's something to this. But then there was a couple other people that were like, nah, she's totally playing you. So this is really, like I said, we're not saying what this is. We're saying we're asking a question tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know psychological issues can definitely come into play, because maybe she's schizophrenic and just like booms. But she said just the few things that were like, that scared
the way she
out
said,
of me.
but yeah, like I said, we've had people say this stuff to us before, and it has never pulled a reaction like it pulled this time. Like I said, I was like, I mean, people that have seen the video can see it's just like I am like, and then we came back afterwards because we talked, because Dawson was in the backstage.
Yes.
So Dawson, this is first time Dawson ever was on, that he was watching what a residential interview was.
Yep.
And he was freaking out. Like, what the
so
shit?
if you guys have ever used StreamYard, there's a green room that like you can sit in there and watch the entire thing, but nobody on screen knows that you're there except for me hosting the meeting. But he was like, he wants to experience like what a residential case interview is like. So I was like, oh shit, we just so happen to have one going on tonight. You want to sit in? I never thought anything like that. And I told him afterwards, I'm like, dude, that's a 1 out of 100 interview. Like they just don't go that way. That was so beyond the norm. Like I said in the beginning, and he said the same thing. It's like, it just started out so normal. It was a great conversation. I'm like, yeah, I thought it was going to be totally normal. And then, all of a sudden shit switched.
So out of everything she said, how much was true and how much wasn't? So
hang on a second. One thing.
Okay.
Wayne, we did not post this video on YouTube.
Yeah.
This is all we've ever shown of this because you know how we are. We don't like, if I were to put client interviews on YouTube, I would have hundreds of videos.
Yeah.
So
the part she says that when she's saying my mom is sick, and we're like, yeah,
right.
No, there's no way. Because my mom was healthy.
Yep, she was fine.
Healthy. But then she goes, you don't know yet.
That's what scared me.
That's what
hit me the other day.
And that's what it all came back to just recently. It's like, oh shit, she did say that.
And when she said to me, she goes, you're going to find out tonight. I could not wait to talk to them the next morning just to make sure everything was fine.
Yeah. But it's crazy because we recently, like Memorial Day, the day after Memorial Day, found out my mom we put her on hospice, and she literally probably had already had the cancer in her lungs at that point. And nobody ever knew. Okay.
Yep. And that's where I was at, Wayne. I was 50-50. Actually, I was probably leaning more to, I think we're being played.
Yeah.
But like I said, we told her, like, so we were thinking there was something to this, and like, this is beyond my pay grade. The church needs to get involved. So we were trying to help her get involved with the church in her town, and she just wasn't having part of it, and basically said, a couple days later, like, I don't need your help anymore. I'm fine. But then a couple months after that, she sent me a video where she's investigating her house, and like her lamp was flickering on and off, and I ignored it. It's like, you told me to piss off. I'm going to piss off. I'm not going to get back in when you want to show me your investigation footage. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not doing it. So.
Yeah. And she never said what she was sick from. She just said she's really sick.
Right.
And because at that point, my mom, like I said, we've had people say this before to us, your mom's sick. she's really sick. I mean, and
Well, people have said that to me, and I'm thinking, I didn't say this, but my mom has been
yeah.
dead for a long time.
But I mean, people saying that. I mean, so we've heard it before. People telling us.
And I thought
But-
she was taking a stab in the dark too. But then, like I said, the other day it hit me. It's like,
Yeah. Well, and this is something that kind of, as mediums, this is why when it's something negative, I don't want to tell people, because you don't know the when, where, and how. Like, if you can see, like, if I see something bad happening to someone, I am never going to tell them, because I don't want to be that. So then you're always wondering when it's going to happen.
And I've said this. I've said this on this live stream, but I know we got new people all the time, so I'll say it again. I was told about 3 years ago that I'm going to be dead in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to lie. That fucks with your head. Like, it does. Like, I do believe in mediums. I don't believe that everybody thinks that they are. But I know people that, like, I don't know. They got something that, like, I can't explain it.
This is something else to add to this story. This medallion, I wear it all the time. Saturday, so this is Friday. This is the day after this happened. I wake up and it's not on. I did something, it was not on. I'm like, Jeff, did you see my medallion anywhere? No, I'm looking all over for it. Because I'm like, well, I woke up and it's not there. Can't find it anywhere. I found it under my bed, but it was still clasped. So it wasn't like somebody took it off. And usually when I take mine off, I don't clasp them back together. And so that was kind of odd too, that my medallion was off my neck and on the ground. But like I said, since this happened to me Thursday, that black cloud, all that heaviness in my chest. Oh, and you know, my allergic cough gone. I have not coughed. I mean, I haven't been coughing like you have. I haven't coughed like I have been. So it's kind of like,
that could be too, because you were working in a place that had.
True, but at the same time, how weird.
There's so many things,
so many what ifs, but it's just, is it coincidental? Is it coincidental, or is it just?
We're not stupid people. We're not. You know, we don't jump to paranormal like a lot of people do. We don't just, that's, you know, but this one was different.
Yeah.
You know? And like Ken says, you know, what we experienced in real time was different, and it absolutely was.
Yeah.
That was 10 minutes of an hour and 45 minutes, and we had the advantage of seeing her. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, very hard to get, but how do we share these but still keep people's privacy intact?
Yeah, because it's just like I said, I still, when I hear part of this stuff, I literally can't. When we were doing these in classes, this is the first time I've kind of really.
And when I put it together last night, I got woo again, you know, because that's the first time I've heard it in a while. And I was like, damn. So I mean, there again, it's, you know, this is a similar story too. So bring Bill up real quick. So I put a video out of an experience that I had very early in my paranormal career. And it's not a career, but you know what I'm saying. Since I started doing this, where I don't know if you guys have seen our Collingwood video with the girl that got the burns, but I always looked at it from the vantage point of, I was there, I experienced it, it scared the shit out of me. And like I said, I don't scare easy. But then Bill and Laura and a lot of you people in the comments put things in there that I had never seen, because I wasn't looking at it from a debunker standpoint,
and you were young. Standpoint. You were very young into investigating.
And it's like, I'm on the fence with that one too. But you guys brought a lot of good points that it's like, you know what? I never looked at that way, and I need to. I have to look at things that way. I have to be open to, you know, what people say, look, I think you're missing this, or I think you're, you know, I have to look at stuff that way. I have to take that into consideration. So I definitely look at things different than I did back in, because that experience was in 2018, I think. So that's 7 years ago. You know,
that's a good one for Bill.
Yeah, that's actually a good question for Bill. You know, it's, man. Yeah, I so wish I could show you people.
Yeah, and like I said,
and I wish I could like private the list on who can see it, because everybody in here I would allow to see it. I just don't want. I wouldn't want Ben from Simply Strange because he would exploit it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you know, there goes Boo Paranormal picking on Paranormal Nightmares for what they do, but they're doing the same thing. You know, but I'm not doing the same thing. It's more. So Bill says, yeah, and that's it. It. Yeah, Ben would absolutely go nuts with that. He would.
Yeah.
I mean, but he's Paranormal TMZ. Let's be honest.
Yeah. So I mean, like we said, you guys can take it how you say it. Like, so we wish we could show you more of it.
Mike O, did I show you? I might have shown Mike. If not that, I think I showed him something one time. But Mike has a completely different view on like demons and things like that than I do. And again, I respect his. I listen. If he says no, I think demons are this. I listen to what he has to say. I'm not like, oh, you're fucking wrong, dude. You can. I don't have that attitude. Like, I just don't. People can think what they want, say what they want. I mean, like, and I will always listen to you. I'm like Kenny Biddle says, you always never stop learning. We always have to see. He believes he saw another installment of this. Oh, I'm saying I think I sent you the entire video.
Yeah.
The raw one with nothing. The only reason my ugly mug is up there is because that was the only way I could hide the other two people involved. So I just cropped it to where my screen was on from the Zoom meeting. I would have to say residential interviews and investigations tend to be a lot more off-putting than known locations. If they wanted fame, they would. But we have come across people that like, and they'll give you a sign right off the bat. If you want to use this, if you want to use my story for a book, you can. Like as soon as you say something like that, everything else you say about what's going on at your house, I'm just not buying it. Like, I'm sorry. And that's.
But then it's funny because too, everybody's gonna laugh at this. Since this happened on Thursday, we've had a lot of weird stuff happening in our house. Like Boo has been tracking.
Wait, since what happened Thursday?
With my car.
Okay, I was going to say not the interview. This was a while ago.
So with Boo, because she tracks stuff.
Oh, I'll show you a picture of what happened today.
She's been tracking and growling at things like crazy, and there's nothing there.
It could be lightning bugs.
No, because this was before the lightning bug.
But you know what I'm saying.
She does have a lightning bug now that she's tracking in the house. She brought a lightning bug in the house, and it's like free reign in the house now. So she watches it, and I swear to God, she brought it in so she could watch it and track it. But this was before, and this is like daytime. Like she's literally on the couch and she's watching to look into our kitchen, and she just sits there and will start growling and there's nothing there that we can see, but she keeps growling, and it's like, okay. And she has done this in the past when we've had things happening. So, and we know there's been a lot of family coming and going, but she doesn't growl at them. So it's kind of like, I don't know what's going on. So
sounds like you got some experience doing residential stuff too. Yeah, again, we could talk about. I've said a lot about our residential case stuff, and 95, I don't know, 90% of the time, there's really nothing to it.
Yeah,
that can't be explained by normal things, and a lot of times too, you just talk to people and they're fine afterwards. They're like, all of a sudden the ghosts go away. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
So Jeff had something. He came home from taking the dog. So it's like, again, could it have been?
I'm not saying this is paranormal.
Paranormal, but it's just ironically funny that he came home and this is what he saw.
Yep. I don't know if hopefully you guys will be able to see this. This was God damn it. That was our kitchen. Like, and it was not like that when I left. Shit was like thrown all
over the place. So.
But now, to be fair, we had things kind of stacked up from our cookout this weekend and stuff, and maybe, I don't know what it was, but just it all fell at once. I don't know.
But it's just odd because there's a lot more stuff than that what was stacked up, like by each other.
Because
so
if we would have bumped it, like, I mean, obviously we would have heard that. And
yeah,
the dogs weren't here because I took them to their daycare.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like I said, it's everybody can take it. But like I said, since then, it's like, but I've had a lot more things coming to me
So
since this, like, it's so hard to explain. So
I had to turn
it's-
my fan on.
oh.
So yeah, for real, I mean, demons are almost always claimed in residential cases that we've done. Not almost always, but a good 50% of the time, people think they're possessed. They've got a demon. It never is. Like it. I mean, it's so rare. I do
Yeah.
believe it happens, but it's extremely rare, and most people are not ever going to even encounter anything like that. So you know, I don't know.
Yeah. So it was.
Was that a dog fart?
I don't know.
I think it was. I think one of them did a big vibrating fart on the floor.
They're both right there, so I don't know.
Yep.
But yeah, so it's kind of like a lot of just strange stuff, but at the same time, things seem to have like
Yep.
it's just hard to explain.
And it does get to a point too. I'm going to be honest with you, where like if you don't keep yourself in check, you start looking for things, and then all of a sudden, everything. What was that? You know, you start. I saw something.
Oh,
when you
it's
don't.
snoring.
Oh, is that what it is? Her snoring.
Yeah. Oh, because I got my headphones still on.
Yeah.
That
And
makes sense.
Sage Rat, that's the thing too. I don't laugh at people either when I hear their experiences, because I mean, I do believe this stuff is real, but some of them sometimes are so outrageous. It's like, look, like it doesn't happen that way. Like we did a case, the last one we did. We can probably talk a little more about that than we have.
Mm-hmm.
This lady was getting notes left. And now, okay, anything we say that may sound accusatory is our opinion. This is what we believe. We're not accusing anybody of any crimes. I want to say that for legal reasons, because there are, in my opinion, crimes that are being committed towards this lady.
Mm-hmm. An
But,
elderly person.
yes, she believes that a
Ghost.
ghost, she hasn't even said demon.
No.
But
Just
a
like ghost.
Ghost is leaving threatening notes all the time, and she handed us a fucking stack of them.
A baggie, a Ziploc, a gallon-sized baggie of them, plus from her phone.
Mm-hmm. Emails would go, text messages.
I mean,
the ghost
but
would text.
I actually went with her to the police department to file a report. And when I did, I had a stack of papers this high from this case, along with that Ziploc baggie. And then she gave me another Ziploc baggie when I was there. She goes, "Here's some more." I was like, "Oh yeah." So I'm snapping pictures of them really quick before I turn, because I did not want to touch them, because I didn't want my fingerprints on them, so that the police could get them with the fingerprints on them. Yep. That's how bad this case was.
But it was that poor lady, and one of her sons was absolutely convinced that there was something there that could leave them notes multiple times a day.
Mm-hmm.
But the content of the notes benefited her other son and grandson, causing her to make life-altering decisions like changing her will, financial decisions that all benefited the other two that were on the property all the time, because they were farmers.
And after we went to the police, and Protective Services was notified. Yep. By the police, not me. By the police. Actually, I did too, but the police did as well. After we did that, the next day, because they went out that Monday, because we did this on a Friday, they did this on a Monday. They came out the next day, not even a couple hours after leaving. There was a note written, and the notes are always written on the same kind of paper, and they're always with a pencil. And weirdly enough, it said, "Why did you bring these people here?" And it was going into specifics about the people there. And there was
But it was only when he was in there.
But it's only when that one person was in the house did these notes appear, or when that person's there.
No, but I'm saying that the things that were written in the note that we got on the way home
Oh yes.
was only things that he knew about, because we had talked about
Yes.
other stuff after he had left the house, but it was only what we had talked about while he was there.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah, when we did the interview, and then
we could not convince
crazy
this lady.
enough, the wood pellets, because the garage
Mhm.
door and where the wood pellets are, they actually were. It looked like somebody had taken a knife and cut it
Yep.
open. And she said that that just happened, and then he
Yep.
walked in the room. It was
Every claim. Oh God.
there's
And she
always
even-
something that
She would even
Yeah.
admit that it only happens when he's around. It's like, man, I don't know. We could not convince this lady that, like, look, you are overlooking the obvious, like, honest to God. And we almost had a plan where we were going to catch him, but we got fired right beforehand. because she was like, you guys don't believe me and this and that and the other thing. It's like, no, you're getting the notes. I believe that. You have the proof. But
Yep.
you need to listen to us. We need to try and catch what person is doing this, because this is not paranormal. And I guarantee if we would have set cameras up in the house, she would have found notes in her car. Like
Mhm.
it would have avoided cameras. I say it. He would have avoided cameras had he known that they were in there. But we thought we had a plan where we could have caught him.
Yep.
But she wouldn't let us.
Nope.
She was on board at first, but then
And
the notes told her, don't let those people back.
and
So
long story short, those people got what they wanted. She left the house.
yep, she moved out
She moved
of
out.
her house that she owned free and clear.
Clear. She changed her will so the grandson would have been able to get the house
Yep.
when she passed away, or if she moved out. And so it finally got enough to her that she moved out. And there's other things that have gone on. So I hope that Protective Services is still following up with her, but I can't find out anymore because we have no contact with her.
And that's the thing. Like, so when we start piecing things together, it's like,
and we gave
this
them
lady could get unalived.
we gave them
like,
and it did threaten her life
Oh, yeah.
multiple times. We say it, that's what we called it multiple times.
because you kind of gotta, you don't, you kind of, we didn't play along with it, but we kind of had to
We kind of had
use
to
her terminology.
Yeah.
Because
to get around it. I mean, because even getting her to go to the police station to make the report was hard, and she would only go with me. So
Yep.
I mean, I went with her, and then as soon as we were ready to leave the police station, I had to go back and tell the police something. And Shai came out, and she was in tears because she had called her friend, and her friend told her she was crazy because now it was going to come after her even more.
Yep. She had people telling her that you shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have tried to get help. You because now it's going to get you. And it's like, God damn, come on, people.
Yeah.
How can anybody look at this situation and think that a ghost is writing notes multiple times a day? Like, I just didn't.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that attitude in front of her. Like
No.
I said, you kind of got to walk the line.
I
of
mean,
like,
we had to really.
Oh, yeah, I believe you, but like when you're like this.
I mean,
is
we were
the
walking
craziest
on
shit I've ever
glass
seen.
with her. Can we full
Oh,
screen?
yeah, I'm
this?
sorry.
Oh my gosh.
This is like pretty fucking stupid. Thanks, Bill. Don't need this. I mean, what? You didn't like
didn't
my
even
other
think
living room
about
or
that.
what?
But it's so crazy because it was. I mean, we were walking on glass with her every conversation, and it was crazy because only two of us were allowed to talk to her, and then it actually it blocked me, so it actually deleted my information from her phone, so she found a way around it by emailing me because it didn't know our email.
Because he would take her phone.
Take her phone and look through her phone for everything, so it didn't realize. But then it actually started blocking our phone numbers. So it was just like, it was just.
Stephanie, it's a weird. So it was basically one street, this whole country mile block.
They owned it all.
They owned it all.
She owned it all.
Yep. It was one farm at one point, but then a few houses were built on the edge of the property, but she owned all the farmland beyond it. But one of her sons bought one of the plots of land and farmed it and blah, blah, blah. And,
yeah.
So yeah, it's in it. It is a small community. Sometimes people, but it's I don't think her friends were against her. They just
No.
believed that it was paranormal.
The one friend was very like, this is ridiculous.
Sorry,
But they
Ted.
believed her to go with, I mean, they kind of believed her because something was going on,
Mhm.
but they just they couldn't explain it. The other one was very, it's paranormal.
But then her son, it drove her other son out of the house because
Mhm.
her son was living there.
Yeah.
And you know, and I don't need to air their family business, but there's a lot of family issues that like.
Yeah.
So the note started actually with him.
With him because they wanted
he ended
him
up
out of
moving
the
out.
house.
Yep.
So.
And he was.
Because he would have been
supposedly. We don't even know if that's true. I don't know what to believe in that one anymore.
Yeah, and this wasn't a religious family.
Well, I mean, they may be, but they're not like they weren't Bible thumpers.
No, they weren't going to church every weekend and stuff like that. No, but so it made it very, very interesting.
Mhm.
So.
But it's just it was certainly one of those that like, man, anybody from the outside looking in would see like, look, this is like, how do you not see what they're doing to you? Like, I couldn't understand that.
And it's crazy because I would have to drive past their road to go to work. So I would just kind of, because I could say I wouldn't have to turn off the main road I go to when I was going to work, but I could see their house from there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I could kind of keep a little bit of a tab, but it was always the same thing.
But it was sad too, because like these people, when they're telling you these stories, they're bawling. Like this wasn't somebody
lady,
making shit up.
She told the police she was terrified and she wanted this grandchild out of her house.
Yep.
But because she changed her will, the way she changed the will, she couldn't get him out of the house. She
could have pressed the issue.
We could have, but she could have.
But then but she didn't want to do anything with the police, right?
No, she did. But then the notes talked her out of it.
Okay, that's right. That's what it was.
Because then the notes talked her out of it, and the notes talked her out of the protective services. Because the last time one of the very last times that I know they went there, she kept insisting that nothing was wrong anymore. Everything was okay. But they could tell something wasn't quite right. Yeah. So,
yep.
Yeah.
And I bet you since she moved out, I bet you there ain't been one fucking note left.
Nope. But we wouldn't know because our hands are washed of it.
Not because we walked away. It's because we were told like,
and this was a time-consuming case. Like in a matter of like 4 or 5 weeks, it took up quite a bit of our time. And it was just.
That's what I said, Florio. This would be like an epic movie.
Yeah.
Like, honest to God, and not even like a paranormal movie, just one that like how a family uses the paranormal shit to scare the shit out of somebody to change their will and all that stuff. Like,
it was crazy.
God,
crazy.
That's why, honest to God, I after that when I said, and I'll probably change my mind because something will come along that'll like, oh Jesus, we gotta help these people. But I'm like, I'm done with this shit. I am not doing house cases anymore. I'm sick and tired of this shit.
We'll get one that we'll have to do.
I get tired of like getting fired because
they don't like
what we don't want to like. And if I went in there and said, "Oh, I don't believe you," and I understand they're going to tell you to piss off, but like, we're showing you who it is and why and what, and even though you sell us like, yes, I agree with that, but this is a ghost. It's like, oh, geez. So, yep. Yeah, I don't know. I might be retired doing paranormal stuff, or not paranormal.
Oh,
residential stuff. Yeah. Okay. No, she said it was dark because it got dark outside. Because like the interview started.
But even like, I mean, at that point though, the room that she was in, it seemed like it got darker in the room. But it's like it got darker outside, but it got darker in the room, and it was just weird. But her eyes did get very dark.
They definitely looked different when we interviewed her. But then that Father Tommy, whatever the hell his name was, after they told her it was a growl. This wasn't when we were involved, in that her eyes got black. Like that, just come on, you can't tell people that. Exactly, Bill. I am definitely more afraid of people than ghosts.
Yeah.
For sure. People scare me way more.
Yeah.
Not true. It did get dark. We watched that party. Hey, oh, wait a minute. What am I? I must be missing something, Bill.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to. I don't know exactly specifically what part we're talking about, but I rewatched enough of it. I don't know, because like if I were to turn that into a video and give people the entire video blurred and every name beeped out, you'd think, oh, it's only an hour and 45 minutes. You should just be able to post that in 2 hours. No, it would take me 10 hours to mute all the
bleep and
names
mute it. Yeah.
in locations and all that stuff, because I've done it before.
Yeah, because we said a lot of different like churches around where she lives, and
Yep.
a lot of, I mean, we like parks, fields, and so we were talking about different things like that. So
yep, because I did it for we use some of those type of videos for training for the Warren Foundation, but we didn't want the members see, and this is how bad that place was. We can't trust our own members. Like, we have to bleep names and blur videos, and I don't know. How do you train if you don't? I think all I did with that though was the audio. Like, the whole video was there. I just blurred their name and bleep
didn't
names
at one
and
point she go
locations
into her garage or something too?
Yeah, she went out to smoke.
Yeah.
Yep, that's how it ended. That's when all of it started.
No.
And Florio, I don't think, first, I don't even think they would ever see it, but I don't know. It would be a lot of work and probably 4 people would watch it. Yeah, I think I did share it with Candy.
Yeah.
Yep, I think I did.
I thought you shared it with Laura, but Laura was like, hey, can you send it to me? Because I thought Laura got it too, but maybe not.
Oh. I mean, if she would have asked, then I would have sent it to her. But
yeah, I don't remember. I thought she got it, but
yeah. Like I said, I mean, I like to run that stuff by people, that, like, to put me in check, if that makes sense. I mean, if we're not all consulting with our peers and things like that, then you're not really doing it or you're not really doing it right. I don't think.
No.
I got an EVP I'd love to share from Collingwood.
Oh my God, it's
this is one of the
amazing.
better ones I've seen in a while.
There's 2 of them.
Now a lot of people are going to go like, oh gee, but oh fuck it, let's play it.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, people can't see this, right? No, good, thank God. Because somebody's email address was just shown. Okay, so I already did download it. Okay, so let's. Sorry guys, I'm doing the thing that I should be able to do while still talking.
No.
Uh-oh. Where's downloads? Right there. I can't believe I used to use this monitor all the time.
I know.
This thing is so small compared to the new one. Okay.
Now share your screen.
I'm going to. Okay. So this is an EVP. Tell me what you guys hear. We're not going to hear it because we don't have headphones. You want your headphones back up?
Yeah. Dawson.
No, I'm giving you the better ones. Okay, guys, sorry. I'm going to share the screen and just tell me what you guys hear. Tell me what y'all hear. And again, I'm not saying this is paranormal because I haven't looked into it fully enough, but this is, I don't know, it's interesting.
It's pretty cool.
And I'll play it a few times.
Make sure to add the video.
The audio.
Yeah, the audio. Sorry.
Yeah, because really, this isn't fun to watch. Okay, here we go. Let's just take it back to the beginning.
Anybody in the elevator with us? Are we moving? We skipped the third floor. We went from the second to the third to the fourth.
Okay, did you guys hear that? It's right after the question. Let's play it again.
Anybody in the elevator with us? Are we good?
Did you guys hear that? Dawson, we believe that to be a child. Can you? What do you think it says? I don't want to corrupt anybody's opinion.
Bill's got it.
Yep. Julie's got it. Like that's clear. There were no kids there.
We skipped the third floor. We went from the second to
I'll play
the
one
third
more
to the
time.
fourth.
Anybody in the elevator with us? Are we good?
We skipped the third floor. We went from the second.
So there it is. So I let's go back here. I know the people that were there in that elevator at that time, and none of them sound like that. And none of them would have said I am.
I am, yeah.
Because they're all experienced investigators, and like, so yeah, that is the best.
What's on your shirt?
Dust from
Oh.
work. That is the clearest EVP I've heard in a long time. Aaron, you hear I used to? No, I definitely hear I am.
Oh.
And I'm not.
We even put it on the non-paranormal person in our household, Jenna. Well,
Yeah, she heard it.
Jenna was
Wednesday, too.
like, I am. So it's like Jenna has nothing in
Hey,
her
Kaylee.
that she ever hears
Hey,
anything.
Valerie.
And she was like, I hear a little kid saying I am, or she said a little
Yeah.
girl saying I am.
That is, I mean, that's what we call a class A. Like that is no.
And that was from the Collingwood.
Right.
So.
Yep. So there you have it. Man, we've had a revolving. There's like new people are coming in constantly. Some are dropping out, which I
Yeah.
understand. If everybody wants to see the, yeah, go for it, Kristen. If anybody wants to see like what the title was about, we actually did talk about that for most of the show. So you'd have to go back and be team rewatch because I want people's opinions. Shut the.
Dawson, if you come here, we'll go.
Let's see. And that, yes, that was in an elevator. Yep. And like I said, I know what the people sound like that were in that elevator, and none of them sound like that. That was
No.
clearly.
But
A
this
kid.
is also the elevator that Jeff and I have heard somebody talking
Mhm.
outside of, and we go and there's nobody there.
And see, that's just it, Dawson, right there. I could put that on our channel tomorrow, and I guarantee you, let's play it backwards. Oh shit, maybe we shouldn't. It's gonna be Satan. People are gonna say we faked it. That, I mean, that's first of all, it wasn't like that's not even on my recorder. It's a buddy of mine's recorder that was with us that night, and he's been doing this for 45, 50 years.
40
Like,
years.
He's not doing it for YouTube. He's got a
No.
YouTube channel and doesn't really ever post anything. But you know, he's not doing this to post evidence on YouTube. So why would he send an internal email to the team knowing that I really debunk stuff? And second of all, his fiance, girlfriend, what? I don't know what you call Becky. His better half.
Significant other.
Yes, his significant other would never let him do that. And she was on the elevator. So, but yeah, I mean, I could post that. Everybody would hear it, but say we overlaid it. I mean, it is what it is.
It is.
Kristen, I will listen to your message in a little bit. The whole point of an EVP is it's placed onto the recording. Exactly. Yep. So, I mean, that's, like I said, that's one of the best I've heard in a long, long, long time. It is very, very clear. It's, I don't know, very good. All right, guys, we should wrap it up. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. We did over 2 hours last week. We did like 2 hours and 40 minutes. I don't think I have that in me today.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I got a little bit more energy than I have in the last
Yeah.
few months. So it's like, whatever.
Exactly. I mean, I agree, Dawson. And that's the thing too. It's like some people are just not going to believe any of it. Yeah, fuck Ken.
What's that?
The one I'm working on with the backward masking that
Oh.
I just can't. Like I said last week and probably the last couple weeks, I've been slacking on the channel. This was putting that video together last night took about 2 hours. That's the most work I've put into the channel in a while, and it felt fun to do it. So hopefully that video is
Maybe
coming out soon.
my bad juju.
I was
I
just
coughed
in
it
like
up for you too.
and it's not like I'm not saying I'm done doing paranormal stuff. I'm not saying that at all. But I just wanted to, I don't know, veg and watch golf. Like I hate to say it. Plus, we've got other responsibilities and things
Yeah.
like that. And when I get done with that stuff, I want to come home and watch my funny golf videos. Goth Gal, did you get to hear that EVP? Hopefully you did. If not, I'll play it again. Because that was from the Collingwood. We may or may not be done, guys. You guys should know me by now. I say we're gonna leave.
See, that's why we
half
say
an hour before we actually
we
fucking
do a
leave.
half hour because it takes us a half hour to get off.
I'm waiting to see if Goth Gal.
No, I didn't see Jessica. I wasn't paying attention. Okay.
We're gonna play this. This was from Collingwood, the elevator. We're playing this for Dawson though, just to be clear, because he asked us to. We're playing it for Goth Gal, but we'll just tell Dawson it's for him. Don't tell anybody the secret, or don't tell him the secret. Okay, so it's going to end here, and then I'll start over. Okay, here we go.
Anybody in the elevator with us? Are we moving? We got it.
We skipped the third floor. We went from second to third to the fourth.
What you're hearing after the I am is somebody in the elevator talking. So you hear the I am, and then it's somebody in the elevator talking.
I've got to listen to it more. I don't have the headphones on right now, so we couldn't even hear that.
And Dawson is very, very special.
Goth Gal, would you like to hear that one more time? We'll play one more time for Goth Gal. One more time for Dawson too.
Anybody in the elevator with us? Are we moving? We got it.
We skipped the third floor. We went from second to third to the fourth.
So there it is. Hopefully you heard it. Yeah, Ken, I'm sorry, man. I've been teasing that video for 6 months now. And you guys will notice, like, there's parts of it where I go from having, like, longer hair to, like, a fresh haircut. I still can't hear I am. Really?
Wow.
What do we hear? Oh, James, you didn't hear that?
It's like you hear a little kid saying I am.
Yeah, now we just ruined it for you because that's
Yeah.
all you're going to be able to hear. But, I mean, that's one of the clearest EVPs I've
But
heard.
I mean, people that don't normally do this stuff,
They're
we've
those.
asked them, and everybody has said I am.
See, Ghost Wiener thinks it's a soccer fan, and he said, "Oi, man."
Why did they
This
skip
is
the third-
in the United States.
So why did they skip the third floor? It's probably because we've gone to this place so many times. They probably just because we've not done a lot. I mean, there probably wasn't a lot going on, so they were probably going to another floor or to a certain area. And in that building, sometimes if you go to certain areas, you get a little bit more action. So
And the elevator's a little sketchy. I mean, maybe it just skipped it on its own. That elevator makes me nervous.
So where was he? Where were you on Saturday?
A super clear disembodied voice with paranormal encounters. You can hear that actual word said as well. Yeah, I've had that happen too, and that's freaky as fuck when you hear them. You could do a blind test.
Do you know where he was?
I don't know where he was.
Oh.
I'm not his daddy. I should do that. That's actually a really good idea.
So-
Where'd that comment go?
Where were you in Michigan?
He probably won't tell you because he likes to keep his videos secret till they come
Yeah,
out.
well, he can tell me what is. Were you close to 75?
Where was that comment that I just saw that I probably should do that? Somebody said I should put something else different. on the screen if I show that. And then
And it was in the
see what people think
elevator.
it says.
It was in the elevator that was
Who are
done.
you talking to? Did I pass it?
To Gothgal.
Oh, yeah, that was in the elevator. I don't think there is any story about a girl passing in the elevator. There's stories of kids in the Gerber house, which that's not going to mean anything to you. Uh-oh.
Who's that?
We're not going to say what this is live. We got to get permission to talk about. Sorry, guys. We have developments going on behind the scenes.
Okay, I was just gonna say, Dawson, if you were coming down 75 and you didn't stop to see me, I would have been so
freaking
mad
ass,
at
dude.
you. So mad at you. Wait, northeast. Wait, if you were way northeast.
Unless he went around and I don't know.
I don't know.
There's
but
really no way to get
if you
into
came
Michigan
down
from
some-
10. No. He's way farther.
yeah, so he went across.
You're welcome,
Probably
dude.
he probably did.
Dawson, whatever you say.
I was just gonna say, if
No,
you were down 75 and you did not come say hi to me, I would be mad.
I agree with that, Jessica, but like that sounded.
Dawson's always in
elevator.
trouble.
So am I. It's all good.
Okay, so I
There's
just
way-
see if I could
but
come
the
by,
thing
but I
is-
came from Illinois. Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You're legit. So you went. So
You're
you
lucky.
probably went the way. You know what? You actually probably went past my daughter's house.
If you ever cross through Toledo and don't stop and say hi to Dana, don't ever fucking admit it. And you better come up with a story that you flew. Like, yeah, I went to Detroit, but I didn't go through Toledo because that's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
We know that never happened.
That would be it. Well, no, you can go. You can go from Illinois, and you would go a different route. But
No, to go to Toledo from Illinois to go to Northeast Miss, that would be
yeah,
way
no.
out
But
of
I'm
the
just
way.
saying, if he was coming from his area, he went like through Illinois to go to Detroit. You can go and not come through Toledo. When we're
I
going-
mean, yeah.
Because if you go up to Detroit
Yeah.
Airport, you have your way to go to Chicago, or you have your way to go to
Yeah, but it
Detroit.
takes you to 23 and then down, and then there's that.
No, well, I'm just saying.
There's no S in Illinois. I didn't say Illinois, did I?
I don't know.
You didn't say Illinois.
I don't know.
I don't
Oh, I
maybe
might
did.
have said Illinois because I was talking about
I don't think I did because I've never said Illinois.
the Illinois is part of my area that I grew up in coming out. But Jenna lives right on the Indiana Michigan line. So she is like right at she's like right there on the little base there. So
No, Sage Red, it's Illinois, not noise.
depends on where you grew up, how they say it too.
Yeah. I wonder if
So-
anybody think via Omaha. LA via Omaha. I mean, it depends on where you're starting from.
I mean, oh yeah, well the kids, they would have went from Omaha. They would have
Well, but if they started there, of course they went through Omaha.
from Omaha and they go, yeah.
Because if we went there, we wouldn't go through Nebraska. We'd go to Vegas first. If you say Joliet for Juliet, Illinois, it's Juliet, right?
Mm-hmm. That's
Because
Julia.
of racism against the Irish back in the day. That's a dangerous little area too. If I think. Oh, I know one like Gary, Indiana, which is just outside of Chicago. That's some scary shit there.
Jenna lives right.
Okay.
Jenna lives.
Yes. It's I heard that song the other day for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, Jenna lives she lives in South Bend, but like
It's
she's closer to
Joliet.
Granger, which is like right before you go over the line. So
Dawson says it's Joliet, not Juliet. Okay. I don't know, man. Okay, I have to dog once out.
Have
See you
to-
later, Laura. Peace
Yep.
out.
So we have to plug again because it takes us forever to say goodbye. But remember, everybody needs to subscribe to Mrs. Boo's channel and watch me live on my first live by myself
on Thursday.
On Thursday
At
7 a.m. 7 a.m.
Jesus.
7 p.m. 7 p.m. And I am going to have carburetors and coffee Bill on.
Better watch it. He might debunk you on something.
Who?
Bill.
What do you mean?
That's what he likes to do.
We're going to talk about cars and paranormal, but it is.
Bill should be into the paranormal because he's got the right mindset for it. Fear of the living, we're just about to get off.
have been asking him about us doing a getting together to do a show, just because
we don't have a link yet.
You can, we don't have the link up yet, but if you subscribe to my channel, we're going to be putting that up because we got to figure out how to get me on.
And we'll put it on the Boo channel as well.
Yep. But it.
There's a link for the channel. Yeah. Sorry.
There's a link for my channel. Yet. So, but I've been
Chris.
dying to ask Bill questions about cars. So I cannot wait to ask him questions about cars.
And there'll be other stuff.
There will be other stuff, but I cannot wait to ask him questions
about
cars.
And I will not be on this show at all. I'm going to be sitting in the comment section from the living room, probably talking shit. So, you didn't just find out you've known about this for 2 weeks. Come on.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, Bill knows. Yeah, he knows because it's even he's even posted on his Facebook. So, but yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to say the least.
And fun fact, when we started doing the lives again, Bill was our first guest here because we had taken a long time off doing them. And then so for Dana's first live, he's going to be a guest on hers. So that's a little fun fact. I don't know if you type that in the comments on Dana's show, you get bonus points, but you don't really get anything.
And it's fine because it's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting.
We probably should end it now for real.
Yeah.
Let's not drag this out.
Who says I'm curious to learn about cars? Oh yeah, it's going to be an interesting.
Bill, I get your sense of humor. Trust me.
But yeah, I have lots of questions. So if anybody has any interesting questions, remember Q in front when you come and watch on Mrs. Boo's channel.
Goth Gal, we're just going to hide that comment right there.
Wait, what was that?
You don't need to see that.
Dana, you should make sure Jeff brings you your drink.
Because Bill will call or text his wife to bring him coffee, and she does.
Yep.
While he's
she does. Yeah, it's funny.
I go get my own.
Yep. Because I won't go get it for him. He has to go get his own. Because I come prepared. Like if I know I'm going to need more than my 1 cup or my 1 bottle of water, I will make sure I have it.
But your water bottles are like 7 gallons each.
Yeah, I drink a lot of water. I drink what?
Put 7 Kool-Aid packets in that thing.
I don't.
For a couple hours.
I drink 32-ounce bottles, and I put my Crystal Light in 2. I put 2 Crystal Lights in there for my 32-ounce bottle. I drink one of those, then I drink another full 32 ounces of water at work. Then I come home. Sometimes at work, I will bring another 32 with my little packets in there. And then sometimes I'll drink more when I come home.
And absolutely no one wants to see this. I'm just telling you right now.
Yes, that would be nice.
Dana does not need a bell for service. However, is it
We
up
do
there? Oh no, I
one.
took it. It's in my bag.
Ding, ding. We do have one. That or I have bells around this house all over because Boo and Bubba ring bells to go outside.
Let me say one more thing before I quit. And I learned this at the Collingwood. I absolutely hate, I wanted to smash that fucking thing with a hammer. The dead bell. That is the biggest, in my opinion, and I'm not picking on people that use it. I might be a little bit, but I wanted to break that piece of shit. All it does is ding randomly for no fucking reason. How do you even say that, okay, that's a ghost talking to us? It just rings every 2 minutes. And it's yeah. I wanted to break it. So.
Hey, I'm at 85 subscribers. Woohoo.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get you to 100 on Saturday.
Friday? Thursday.
Yeah.
We don't even know what day of the week
now people are
it
going to be
is.
showing up. Oh, I thought you were going live on Saturday. Why am I here? All right. Yes, the Fear of the Living, that fucking bell is just, it can suck
So-
my ass, like for real.
Styles, when he was a puppy, he learned to ring like the ding bell to go outside. We had to get him to a bell like hanging bells because it was so bad. Oh.
It very well could be every 70 seconds. It's not today, Jesus. But anyway, we are done for real. I'm going to hit the end stream. Thank you guys all for joining. Just give us a like at the end of this. We're not asking you to buy shit or memberships or any of that stuff. Just hit the like button on your way out because that does really help. Did Kenny debunk the death bell? I don't know if he did or not, but I did.
Oh.
All right. Peace out, everybody. We will see you all on Thursday.
No, you'll see me.
Right.